If you have been following my Instagram, you probably know I am currently working from Los Angeles, and it has been an absolute whirlwind of a trip. I have been taking a break from my main channel to focus on vlogs, but today we are finally back to business with a deep dive into my video editing workflow. I get so many questions about how I keep my videos looking clean and fast, so I am going to break down the exact tools I use every single day. My core setup involves Final Cut Pro for the heavy lifting, Canva for those custom graphics, and a new AI tool called Vizard for social clips. When I start a new edit, my first step is always the cut down, where I drop all my footage into a project and trim out all the boring parts and long pauses. I use the blade tool in Final Cut religiously to split clips, because getting that A-roll pacing right is the most important part of the storytelling process. Because this project is heavy on screen recordings, I always make sure to capture both my screen and a separate camera angle simultaneously. The secret to pro-level screen recording is muting the system audio and using the high-quality microphone audio from your camera instead. To get that picture-in-picture effect, I simply stack my screen recording on the timeline underneath the camera footage. I then use the transform tool to drag my camera angle into the bottom corner, making sure it doesn't cover up any important buttons or UI elements. Final Cut is amazing because it handles multi-layer timelines perfectly, which is why I eventually made the switch from iMovie. Once I have my main edit locked in, that is where Vizard comes in to help me repurpose everything for social media. I used to spend hours scrubbing through footage to find the best moments for TikTok. But Vizard scans the video and does that heavy lifting automatically. It identifies the punchlines and the most engaging segments, giving me a stack of clips that I can quickly review and polish. For all my graphics, thumbnails, and channel branding, I am a huge fan of using Canva because the templates make everything look professional. I often design simple animations in Canva by exporting multiple frames with tiny movements and stacking them in my editor to fake motion. The real magic happens when you combine that graphic power with the automation of a tool like Vizard for your distribution. Vizard even includes an auto-schedule feature, so I can plan out a week of posts without ever leaving the dashboard. This hybrid workflow lets me spend less time on repetitive admin work and more time being actually creative with my editing. I also love using Final Cut's built-in effects like film grain to add that cinematic, textured look to my background footage. If you want that classic typewriter vibe for your intros, you can easily adjust the text tracking and baseline right inside the software. Of course, there are plenty of other editors out there, but I find that this specific combination balances power and speed perfectly. The key is to treat AI tools like a smart assistant that does the first 80% of the work while you handle the final touches. Always remember to keep your project files organized on an external drive so you can easily move between different machines. For those of you just starting out, sticking with iMovie is totally fine, but know that moving to Final Cut is a great investment as you grow. I will leave links in the description to the tools I mentioned, but remember that none of these are mandatory, just things that make my life easier. Let me know if you want a part 2 where I show a step-by-step tutorial on creating a whole week of content from one single video. Thanks for hanging out with me today, and don't forget that my dog Nancy makes a cameo in almost every single edit. I will see you all in the next one, so stay creative and happy editing.